What is up, people and people? You see the show right here? Brock Lesnar has returned to us. Summer is here. Oh my God, we're gonna have a lot to discuss here tonight on CNJ Wrestling Talk. Of course, I am DJ Cass, and I am joined on the hosting panel tonight by my man Jake.
Man, the beast incarnate is back, and he's about to bring hell with him. And hell has no fury like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, people, I'm sorry, but if you're gonna say his name, you gotta say it like Brock Lesnar. I'm sorry, but you gotta say it like that. But yeah, anyway, before we get to, we're definitely gonna get to Lesnar, and we're gonna be discussing Kevin Owens on what he did last night on Monday Night Raw, and we're gonna be discussing, and I know Jay, you're looking forward to this. We're gonna be talking about Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt.
Yep.
Yeah, Jake, I know you're looking forward to that, right? I know you're looking forward to Bray Wyatt finally getting his win and beating the holy you know what out of Roman Reigns, right?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you're looking forward to Seth Rollins getting murdered.
Okay. I see what you did there. But yeah, anyway, okay, let's go ahead and get started, man. Okay, we kicked off Monday Night Raw. Before we actually do the actual kickoff, rest in peace, Dusty Rhodes. We love you, man. We love you. We will miss you. Jake, I told you earlier that when I first started watching wrestling, it was in 2009, and first time that was actually the year I first saw Dusty Rhodes as the Raw SGM at the time, and I was just proud as a fan of the modern era, as Triple H likes to call it, to actually appreciate and get to see Dusty while he was still around. So yeah, I I will miss him.
Yep. This this is a heartfelt, goodbye to a good legend, a great wrestler from me growing up with Dusty Rhodes. I was growing up in the Attitude Era of WWE, but I look back, watch some of his old matches and just thought, man, this guy is such a good wrestler, a legend almost, and a heartfelt, man.
Yeah, it's all right, man. Like I said, like we all know, he was definitely great. I said this on Facebook the other day, and 15 people liked it. I said there will never be another American Dream. R.I.P. Dusty Rhodes. We love you.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's actually let's definitely kick off with Seth Rollins actually showed up on Monday Night Raw in a little segment. Seth Rollins, to me, he was entertaining. He definitely, I thought, was good throughout the night. I gotta admit, like the first segment kind of turned me off a bit, but as the night progressed, I saw what he was doing. I was like, yes, Rollins, show them that you can do it on your own. But let me ask you this question: Is it really? Can we really see Seth Rollins on his own because he's still constantly going to the authority, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon? I mean, like it's hard to look at Rollins like. Here's the thing: there's one thing to be a singles competitor. It's another thing to be a singles competitor in a faction or a group. So, man, what were your thoughts on Seth Rollins as he kicked off Monday Night Raw and throughout the night?
My thoughts, like you said, he was going on about saying, I don't need the authority, I don't need anybody. But like I've been
I bet you he
saying for the
wants him
past,
now.
yep, I've been saying for the past couple of months that him being with the authority and J&J would hurt him. And I think that has come, to bite him because now as he sees no J&J, he got his title stolen from him 3 times in a row. No Kane, he had one heck of a match with Dean Ambrose in a ladder match and close to losing his title again. No authority, he's got a date with the devil come battleground.
Yeah, you're definitely right. You're definitely right. And of course, while we're on now, let's actually fast forward to the end of Monday Night Raw, if you don't mind, Jake. Yeah, it was Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. I love their segment. I loved every single bit about it. And then Seth Rollins comes down, and I'm actually gonna be honest with you, Jay. I legitimately believe before I heard Brock's music, I thought it was going to be Triple H. I honestly thought it was going to be Triple H, but when I heard that music hit, and I was like, the look on Rollins' face was just absolutely. Can we just praise Seth Rollins for selling the absolute
Oh
you know
man.
what out of that? Like I don't even think he was like doing that like scared like in a script. I think he was actually scared like legitimately like real life like off scene type of scared like because did you see the way he was shaking? I mean like I also thought he was gonna piss in his pants when Lesnar was
Yep.
coming towards him. Like I said, Brock coming down, and Brock. I told you this earlier, Jay. He doesn't need to say words. He doesn't need to talk. Like, and Paul Heyman, he didn't even need to talk either. As much of a great pole worker he is, like all we needed was Brock Lesnar to have his music hit, have him hit the fireworks, come down that ramp,
Yep.
circle around that ring, go into the ring, stare down Seth Rollins. And as much as I love Seth Rollins, he is actually in my fave five, and I actually have a list, not like Booker T and his fave 10, but anyway. Yeah. Yeah, and it appears we are gonna have Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar at Battleground in a month. So man, how did you like the ending segment of Monday Night Raw?
I thought it was great because everybody thought, oh, another match like this. You know, Seth Rollins going up against somebody that we've probably seen him fight. He thought Lesnar would take his opportunity at the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Instead, he's taking his opportunity a little bit earlier. And that's what shocked me because, yeah, we knew Lesnar was coming back soon enough. We thought it'd be in another 2 months in August. Really, and oh man, you said Rollins was genuinely scared because we have not scared
Yes.
like that.
That man was
He,
terrified.
yep.
I mean,
In fact,
like honestly, man, like what else can we say? What else can we say about Brock Lesnar? Like I wear the guy's T-shirt right now. He is just. We have been deprived of the main event scene for a while. And I mean, think about it. We've had Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton with Kane's involvement. We've had a fatal four-way with Kane's involvement. Last night at I mean, this past Sunday at Money in the Bank. I mean, Seth Rollins won, but it was against another guy, Dean Ambrose. So yeah, the main event scene has definitely been thinning. But here's the one I kind of find. You mentioned that he's taking his opportunity at Battleground. That was a question that kind of happened in my mind because why would you want to do this at a throwaway pay per view like Battleground? And I don't know if you heard this, but I told you this earlier, Jake, on how like there is a possibility Seth Rollins could turn babyface and we could get Seth Rollins versus Triple H at SummerSlam. If it is, I don't want it to be for the title. I mean, if they're gonna like do this match, don't let it be for the title.
yeah, there is a possibility of that happening, but I honestly don't know about it because, I could maybe see that, you know, Rollins going to Triple H and saying, listen, you basically set me up to lose my title. You know what? I'm going to fight you. And the whole protege versus master thing. But to be honest, if it does happen at SummerSlam and any of this does happen in a hypothetical way, I, like you said, don't want it to be for the title. Because what's the use for that?
Yeah.
Sheamus is Mr. Money in the Bank. He
Oh
has nothing
Jesus.
to gain from this. Triple H would really have nothing to gain from this because, he's not really a awesome competitor. So that'd just be, a little match for SummerSlam, and it would have no monetary value.
Yeah, that is a real good point you just brought up, my man. But yeah, we got summer has come and it's actually supposed to come next week. But I'm glad it came early because Brock Lesnar is back. I cannot wait to see the match. Real quick, I know this was just last night, but I'm gonna throw this out there. Does Rollins have a chance in hell?
I think if he wants to last as long as he's gone with Brock Lesnar, I mean, this guy's got to use his quickness, his speed, everything he can do that involves running, he has to do it. But then again, I think a lot of people are doubting him a little bit, even though
Can you
he
blame
did
him?
have a run. Yes, but look back at the footage. Even though it was a triple threat match, him, John Cena, and Brock Lesnar had at the Royal Rumble this year, he still held his own against Brock Lesnar. So we gotta give him thing. But then
Yeah.
again, this is a one-on-one match with the Beast, and there is no help at all. He has thrown everybody he wants and love away like a old 2 week year, like an old 2 week pizza. It's nothing left for him, and they
Oh man.
basically said, "Since you're throwing us away, we're throwing you to the wolf."
Yeah, it's definitely a way. Yeah, like I said, we're definitely gonna get a lot of great build. And I told you this earlier, Jake, we could possibly get some great promos and great some interaction between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. I don't know if you remember this. Remember, like I think it was sometime late last year that Lesnar, I mean not Lesnar, Heyman and Rollins kind of mixed it up on SmackDown. So yeah, we definitely could get some. Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the rest of Monday Night Raw. We had King Barrett versus R-Truth. Nobody cares. It was a squash match anyway. Barrett lost again to R-Truth in about a span of a month, but this time R-Truth actually had street clothes on, so we're not even gonna go into that. Then we had I believe it was oh yes, let's get to the good part. Kevin Owens. This guy. Hmm, yes, let's talk about Kevin Owens and what he did last night on Raw. Yeah, and yeah, but what you if you want to know what we're talking about, Kevin Owens, he came out last night on Monday Night Raw after losing to John Cena this past Sunday at Money in the Bank. And by the way, check it out. See that right there? I got the shirt. I got the shirt. But yeah, anyway, yeah, Kevin Owens came down and he started to cut a promo on how like he said that that was John Cena shaking my hand was the most disrespectful thing that anybody's ever done to me in my 15-year career. And I actually was sitting there at first standing like, why would that be so disrespectful? And then as he explained it, I got it. I totally agree with what Kevin Owens said last night at Raw. You think that you are John Cena is a hypocrite. I want to go out and say, because we had a lot of hypocrites last night on Monday Night Raw. I mean, like, you got JBL, who was like, at first when Owens came, he said that was the most disrespectful act I've ever seen Kevin Owens, I mean, no, a superstar doing this industry. And then all of a sudden he turns around and he says what he did was right. I mean, JBL, you are not good on commentary these days. You might as well stop trying to play. But yeah, like Kevin Owens, he said, like, I'm not hey, if why didn't you shake my hand after I beat you at Elimination Chamber? And all of a sudden you think I'm a man just because you beat me? So yes, Kevin Owens, he had a legit right to attack John Cena. But Jake, how did you like Kevin Owens last night on Raw?
I thought Kevin Owens, like he's done with his past promos, did a great job because, like you said at first, I didn't actually get it. Cena shook his hand. Cena, wanted to be the better man. And Kevin Owens did, agree. Okay, yeah, I'll let you raise my hand. But as he explained on, and, he did say, why didn't you shake my hand at Elimination Chamber when I beat you? That was the best point of the match, of the whole night. Why didn't John Cena shake his hands? You know, Cena always says, "Oh yeah, I show my competitors nothing but respect." But when you lost against Kevin Owens, there was no respect.
Clean.
Exactly. There was no respect at all at Elimination Chambers. You just walked in the back like, great, I lost. Meh. I'm not gonna shake his hand. I may have lost cleanly, but still, I'm not gonna shake his hand. Then when you finally beat him, it's okay. I beat you. Now let me shake your hand. Which I, which I've actually never seen that happen before with Cena, which is a shocking moment.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting the way you look at it. But can we actually sit here and say that Kevin Owens isn't hypocritical when he was saying that? Because remember, at the end of that promo, he said, "I deserve a rematch, and this time I want the United States Championship." And I'm like, dude, if you wanted the United States Championship, why didn't you make that claim when you first showed up, when you first like started having issues with John Cena? Like, remember, like when they first interacted at U.S. Open Challenge, Kevin Owens did not give a flying you know what about that U.S. side because he was so concerned with his NXT championship. And then remember, this is a guy who stopped on the U.S. title. He stopped on this title. He stopped on this title and just did not care about this championship. So all of a sudden he cares because he lost. To me, it just seems like Kevin Owens, he just wants the United States Championship just because John Cena has it. Like I didn't hear like nothing about like I want to win that championship so I can get more money for my family. I didn't get none of that. So that kind of irked me a bit, but overall, and then we had Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. I'm sorry, but I told you this earlier. JBL just completely ruined the match for me. I could not watch it. I also could not watch it because I didn't want to listen to him talk. But yeah, that was my only gripe. But man, can Kevin Owens be hypocritical?
Like, yes, Kevin Owens actually is a little hypocritical because he he had many opportunities to, say, okay, I want to challenge you for the U.S. title. He came out there, he could have challenged Cena for the U.S. title, and he could have said, instead of me fighting you for the U.S. title and you somehow winning, or me somehow beating you for the U.S. title right here. How about I challenge you at Elimination Chamber for the U.S. title? He's had many opportunities for that championship, and like you said, it's almost like a bully type situation, but I don't know. It's almost like a bully type situation because Kevin Owens didn't want the title. Now he wants the title. Maybe if he, says some or explains it out maybe next week or through SmackDown, that'll give me more confidence in him saying, okay, now I want the title. I want a rematch. The
Yeah,
only question is, what gives Kevin Owens, you know, what gives him the type of thing to say, okay, I want a rematch? You beat Cena, and then you said, and Cena wanted a rematch. He beat you. But what makes you think that you can just say, "Oh, I want a rematch for the title now"?
I'll tell you why. Because he's Kevin Owens and he can do anything he wants. And what that is what exactly what he did to that celebrity. I think it was like MKG or MGK or anything like that. Honestly,
Machine
I
Gun
don't.
Kelly.
Okay, yeah, that. It's great that you know. I'm glad you know that. I would love to hear the story later, but yeah, Kevin Owens came out. Did that actually need to happen? Like Kevin Owens just attacking that guy? Because to me, it's like, why would you do that anyway? There's absolutely no purpose to that. But I said that at first, and do you remember that at WrestleMania 28, John Cena shook his hand
To
as
be
he came
honest,
out to his entrance?
yeah.
That's why. Now, what were you about to say, Jake?
To be honest, it's almost as if we're seeing a little remnants of John Cena versus Sheamus, when Sheamus first I'm not saying, the whole feuds like this. I'm just saying little remnants. You know, he attacked celebrity just like Sheamus did. He won the first match like Sheamus did with John Cena.
Jake,
And then
I'm sorry, but do not put Sheamus and Kevin Owens in the same sentence again. But Jake, I'm
I
sorry, man, but we gotta move on. And speaking of Sheamus, and by the way, I saw what you did there, so we can move on to the next segment. But yeah, Sheamus right now is Mr. Money in the Bank. He came out last night at Raw, and apparently we are in for a 6 month reign as Sheamus being Mr. Money in the Bank. Why did he win the match? I don't know. But I will say it was bold by the company to put the briefcase on him. And then it seems like he's going to be having issues with Randy Orton over the next few weeks. And I'm guessing they're going to have a match at Battleground. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Sheamus being Mr. Money in the Bank?
it was a pretty bold thing for the company to do that. I mean, if Rollins keeps the title and he's going to cash it in on Rollins anytime soon, or does Sheamus have the gall if Lesnar actually
No.
wins? Exactly. So Sheamus? I, 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 to be honest, I think they just gave it to Sheamus just because Sheamus isn't doing anything right now. He he's cutting mic promos like he's the top thing in WWE, but yet, when's the last time he's won a match? I believe it was,
And he lost last
against
night to Dean Ambrose.
exactly. I believe the last match he won was with Dolph Ziggler in the rematch from Kiss My Arse. And
Yeah.
even then, after that, on that Monday night match.
Yeah, Jake, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how are they going to book Sheamus being Mr. Money in the Bank because this could lead either to one or two ways. Either one, he's going to let that briefcase expire because if Lesnar wins that belt, we said we actually can't say because we said the same thing about Rollins and look what happened. But yeah, either Sheamus is going to be an authority guy as the world champion, or he just lets the briefcase expire. But to be honest with you, I don't know how good of a Sheamus versus Lesnar match would. I honestly probably would love to see it, but yeah, Jake, real quick, how do you think WWE needs to book Sheamus as Mr. Money in the Bank?
I think they don't need to book him as much as they did Seth Rollins. They need to maybe book him a little, maybe a little less, but maybe in better matches, putting him up against Dean Ambrose to lose.
And actually have the guy win. Like to me, that is the one issue that they have
Yeah.
ran in when it comes to Mr. Money in the Bank. They just don't have a win. It's like they have bad runs as Mr. Money in the Bank, but they know that that doesn't matter because we want the shock value. Like, oh my God, he cashed in and now he's new world champion. Like we get that all the time. But actually, like, why don't you like book the guy strong so that way he can be credible enough to be a world champion if he does win? Okay, moving on from that because we've talked way too much about Sheamus. Okay, yeah. On to some more stuff on Raw. I mean, Paige had a little like meeting in the back. And by the way, I'm telling you, I think all those divas, out of all of them, I think all of them were heels. I'm like, if you're a face, why are you talking to the bad guys? Like, if you're trying to rally the troops, you need to get the good guys on your side. Like, get the faces. But no, it was really all the heels that she was trying to talk to. I don't know why. And the 2-on-1 handicap match did not work. I don't know why they're doing this whole page. Like, we need to redefine the Divas division when clearly we all don't care about a women's wrestling on the main roster as much as we do when it comes to the NXT women. That's why we keep them separate. and we had that, and I get the last match. I'm not going to call it the main event, but it was a 6 man tag, primetime players and Neville versus the New Day. Now I'm glad PTP won the tag team championships, but I told you earlier, Jake. But did you hear that there's a possibility we could be getting a primetime players versus New Age Outlaws match? Why?
And I,
Like, Jake, any
oh man,
thoughts on primetime players, real quick?
I'm happy they won the tag team championships. Finally, New Day is not champions, and that's a great thing. But New Age Outlaws, that I don't want to hear about them anymore. Yes,
Yeah, it's like,
it was, you know, yes, it was, nice to see DX versus NWO at WrestleMania this year, but I don't want to see them at all. They've had a total of 3 matches, 3 matches back from, let's see, WrestleMania 30, I believe, all the way until now. Match with the Ascension, you know, terrible
yeah,
match. They lost. Match with the Shield. New Age Outlaws Kane versus the Shield. Lost against us. You know, as the lost against the Shield. Basically done. Leave the New Age Outlaws out of this. They're basically they're legends, but still leave them out there. Leave them to drinking, their tea and everything, being legends and stuff. Just just no more New
yeah,
Age
yeah.
Outlaws.
I completely agree with this. I don't know why. And remember, they won the tag team titles last year, and if you think about it, they shouldn't even won that that one. So, definitely, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see where the primetime players go from here. If we could get a PTP versus Wyatt family matchup, I think that would be really good. I mean, here's the thing: they have a tag team division. WWE, just use it. That's all we're saying. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the. Let's get to our last topic. Jake, are you ready?
Yep.
I know you're ready to talk about this.
Yes.
But for those of you out there, Jake's a bit of a Roman Reigns smart, but so he may be biased in this situation, so I may let him go off. But yeah, last night, Roman Reigns came down and wanted some explanation on why Bray Wyatt attacked him at and cost him the Money in the Bank briefcase at Money in the Bank this past Sunday. And then Roman Reigns is like, he did exactly what he needed to do. Short, sweet, to the point, get your butt out here. I want to beat you up. And then, of course, Bray Wyatt, he shows up on the screen as usual, and he says, it's because of you that I am not Mr. Money in the Bank. So what you cost me, I cost you. I thought that was really interesting that Bray brought that up because we rarely hear Bray Wyatt's reasoning through English, if you say. Like, he legitimately say, because you cost me an opportunity, I'm gonna cost you an opportunity. So I really like that. And I like the way that the little girl was played in with that little picture. I thought that was great. Like, let's bring some of that into this feud. However, I am so skeptical. I am so iffy when it comes to this feud because it's just Bray Wyatt. As much as of a great mic worker he is, he has just lost way too many feuds for me to actually care about him. Like, he lost. I mean, he didn't get nothing out of the feud with Jericho. He didn't get nothing out of the feud with Ambrose. He definitely did not get anything out of the issues he had with Undertaker. I mean, he lost the Master Taker, and then he beats Ryback, but that feud already ended, so nothing has come out of these feuds. Nobody didn't change. Nobody got better. Nobody got worse. It was just like, I mean, but Jake, go ahead and share your thoughts on Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt.
I thought the whole segment with Reigns and Wyatt, it was executed very well. Shockingly, a lot of people would say, Reigns and Wyatt. And that's how I felt when I saw Wyatt attack Reigns at Money in the Bank. I was like, oh, great. we're gonna have a Reigns versus Wyatt match. As much as I love Reigns as a WWE superstar, I just wouldn't have been into it if he fought Wyatt in this solo feud. But as Wyatt continued on and said, "Okay, you cost me you cost me my Money in the Bank opportunity. I'm gonna cost you almost eye for an eye opportunity." And like you said, the way he brought Roman Reigns' daughter into this just makes me think of, you know, so many opportunities to add her and make this feud actually watchable. Have Wyatt do a Rey Mysterio and rest in peace Eddie Guerrero type of feud like they did in 2005. Have Wyatt take Reigns' daughter, hide her somewhere, have Reigns look for him, have Wyatt send out cryptic messages, and saying, "Why don't you follow the buzzards to your daughter?" And as he gets to her, he hits Sister
Yeah.
Abigail, attacking him from behind. And to be honest, that would be a good, start to the feud and everything. Because to be honest, they have so many weeks to fix this into a good match. They have 5 weeks, not two, not one or so, five. 5 long weeks to fix this feud into something that's good.
You know what, Jake? I think you sold me. I think you sold me. Yeah, I think you did sell me on your whole idea on how like maybe we brought Roman Reigns' daughter into this case, but what I've been seeing out of Bray Wyatt as of late, I still cannot excuse like all the things he has been saying. Like he has said all of this about every single superstar he has feud with, and he has not followed up on any single one of them, especially when it came to Undertaker. Even though we all know he should have won, Bray Wyatt should have won at WrestleMania. But yeah, he didn't follow up on that, and he's still calling himself the new face of fear, even though he lost to the Undertaker. And then, like I said, the feud with Ryback, that just ended out of nowhere. I mean, all he did was just win a singles match that I honestly probably could have saw on an episode of Raw or even Superstars. So it is kind of hard for me to take Wyatt seriously as a heel when he has not lived up to all of his expectations as a heel. That's what I'm saying. Now, Jake, I will say your idea sounds really brilliant, but here's the thing. This means we're actually going to have to put faith in WWE to make a feud out of this. I'm going to give them 2 weeks. If I don't see nothing in 2 weeks out of this, I'm giving up on this feud. I'm sorry, but I have to.
Well, hopefully, you know, they do a good feud between these two because I, to me, I just can't help thinking. I mean, I'm just sleeping about it. Just the whole him picture with the commercial of him and his daughter. That to me, that shows me that maybe this guy is kind of being a little terrifying, but then again, it's Bray Wyatt. The guy lost to the Undertaker. He's lost so many feuds, like you said. But in my head, if WWE does this right, I think he has a little bit, just an inch to gain from this, because that shows people, okay, he went to great lengths to piss off Roman Reigns, and then he actually maybe came out on top a little bit or something like that. He kidnapped his daughter and such. But hopefully, we'll put our faith in the WWE creative team and they could think of something.
Oh no, I don't know if I can do that because you know when I see Bray, every time I see it, you know who I think of?
Oh man.
He's the new face of Kane.
Oh sweet Jesus, no,
Yes, he. I mean, think
no.
about it. He is the new face of Kane. If you think about it, like remember, like Kane back in the day, like around 2008, 2009, he would randomly attack people for no reason, and then have issues with that. That's exactly the same way when it comes to Wyatt. But yeah. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna give this feud I'm gonna give it time to progress like a fan should. I think we all need to give this feud time to progress, and maybe it could turn into something. As
Yep.
far as I'm concerned, anything else that you want to add before we head off there?
Well, let's see. I wouldn't mind talking real quick about Mr. Finn Balor and his
Oh man.
as coming up with Kevin Owens.
Oh yes, yes. People. Okay, we'll talk about that real quick. Yeah, people. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it will be Finn Balor getting a shot at the NXT title against Kevin Owens on July 4th in Japan on WWE Network. Finn Balor is winning that match, and that way that can set up for the Kevin Owens Cena rematch at SummerSlam. So that way we can get the belt off of Owens, and that way he can win the US title at SummerSlam. So that way they got something to do there. But yeah, Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens. I saw the first match. I liked it. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how they're going to do their Owens Balor 2, especially with Owens doing all this stuff right now, as we discussed earlier. But man, how much are you looking forward to Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens?
I'm looking forward to it a lot because this is Finn Balor's house, Tokyo, Japan, where he made a name for himself. And you know, Kevin
That's
Owens
Prince
has made a
David.
name for him. Yep, Kevin Owens has made a name for himself in Tokyo, Japan, too, with New Japan Pro Wrestling and other companies. But to be honest, if if Finn Balor actually does win, I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt of losing. But, you know, I'm kind of doubting him a little bit. If anything, I might see Kevin Owens win, and he could say, you know what? Here, you have the title. I'm going to retire the title from me as the most dominant NXT champion today. And now I'm going after the United States champion. But if he does actually lose, like you said, that is a good way to set him up for the United States championship.
That is an interesting way you just put it because you were like, I'm gonna relinquish this belt because I don't want to because nobody's ever going to beat me for it, so I might as well just relinquish it. Would it be that would be great? I think that would be so funny if Owens did something like that. That would be unheard of. But yeah, it's definitely going to be real interesting on July 4th. And I got my network and I'm going to watch it and I'm going to love it. As far as I'm concerned, I am DJ Cash, my man Jake right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a bit silent if you hadn't noticed, people, because he is still horrified at the fact that we could see Sheamus with the world title.
Oh man, just that,
Yeah,
just that image, the image.
yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, this has been C and J Wrestling Talk. We'll see you around.
See.